Runaway Bride.
Before that, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you won't miss any future videos from us.
Runaway Bride is a creepy story about a young man whose wife goes missing during a holiday in Paris. A few years ago, a young man and his new bride went to Paris for their honeymoon. While the happy couple were wandering around the city, taking in the sights, they decided to do some shopping. The wife went to a trendy clothes shop and tried on several dresses, while the husband waited outside the dressing room. After a long time passed, and the wife didn't come out, the husband began to wonder what was taking her so long. He asked one of the female shop assistants to go into the dressing room and tell his wife to hurry up. The assistant came out and said that his wife wasn't in there. In disbelief, he checked it himself and found the dressing room completely empty. They searched the entire shop but could not find any trace of her. The husband thought that his wife must have been playing a practical joke on him, so he returned to their hotel and waited for her. But his wife never showed up. As the hours passed, he became more and more anxious. When she had not returned by the following morning, he was distraught and contacted the Paris police. Within 48 hours, all of the Parisian authorities were looking for the missing American bride. They issued a description of her to radio stations and TV news channels. She was described as a tall American woman, 24 years old, with a birthmark on her left cheek. It seemed as if everyone in Paris was on the lookout for the missing woman, but to no avail. Nobody had seen her. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The police did what they could, but after 3 weeks, they gave up on their search. The husband began to suspect that his bride had second thoughts about their marriage and must have simply run away and left him. 6 months later, exhausted and depressed, the husband finally left Paris and returned to the USA. As the months turned into years, the man had given up on finding his beautiful wife, but his life had totally fallen apart. He was so filled with grief that he was unable to hold a job or go on with his life. He took to wandering aimlessly from place to place, country to country, letting fate take him where it may. 2 years later, he found himself in the Philippines during a carnival. He stopped in front of a freak show in a shabby old tent. The sign above the entrance read, "The House of Oddities." Curious, the man entered and was disgusted at what lay within. Crouched in cages, he saw a collection of hideously deformed freaks. The bizarre denizens were terrifying examples of human misery. In the last filthy cage, he was horrified to see the featured attraction. A twisted, scarred, and mutilated woman, rocking back and forth and groaning strange animal-like noises. The sign on her cage read, "The Worm Woman." She had no arms or no legs. They had been hacked off and just her torso remained. Her face was covered with jagged scars from horrible operations, and her mouth was sewn shut. As she turned her sad eyes up to look at him, the husband screamed as he recognized the birthmark on his wife's face.